And here we go, our first round between these two. The Wild Bunch bringing that artillery piece being placed by Dudolino. No real surprises there.
Kazan is definitely not going for the first cap. They're starting to go from the southern part, and they will probably even crash right now with the Gorni Phenomenon Evaldir.
Stefan going very aggressive. Could be caught out here. Phenomenal. And Valdir and Akoni in that near vicinity. So trap maybe coming into
This is a
effect here
big
from the
problem for
Bunch.
Wild Bunch now. They're all over the place, honestly, and they're not covering each other that best.
It looks like Elin taking some damage here, but it looks like a very aggressive push coming out from
Hey, they're
Kazna.
coming out
It's
for
a
them.
two-pronged attack and Phenomenal and Valdi not in position. He has Kiki Murka is going to be the first one focused from two sides and already dropping very low. The first one to be picked up here. Haiba taking some damage as well. So does Stefan now. Akoni, Valdi, Phenomenal coming from behind, and actually some good damage coming in from the Wild Bunch now. Stefan only
Stefan
has
is
in one
pretty-
shell.
Stefan is pretty much pincered here, but he will run away and he's alive, so he is allowed to do more damage. Wild Bunch is in a lead of HP at the moment, but they're tanked down.
I didn't expect that flank coming out from those 250Bs and Agorni, it seems like, as now Kazna did start to capture, but they're already down 1.2k HP and we're gonna have to see how they manage to come back into this round.
Ooh, Phenomenal picks up Ural Fish here, and Valdir is coming with...
RT and Valdir picking up another kill there. Haiba goes down as well, and now it's actually looking good for the Wild Bunch, Mojo.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they actually focused out their attack the best, because there are some people behind the buildings, and I really don't know why they not actually commit to them.
As we're speaking here, Mr. Kella took a lot of damage there. Also, L-Train taking a lot of damage here. Isna picks up Mr. Kella, and the HP now dead even again. As I say that though, a little bit of lead here for the Wild Bunch. L-Train here getting caught a little bit in between, but doesn't go down as Isna is the one to pick him up. So Isna, we see making a lot of crucial plays here, and this round is closer than
Strange, but
expected.
this round is not over because Kazna is still clinging on their survival. Phenomenal has 3 shells, and if he catches Nexus, and it looks like he will, oh yeah, that looks like it's
But the
gonna be game over.
return damage though drops all the way down to 416 HP, and Kazna only 500 HP separated them, and Tutolino in that RTP is having 400 of those, but Isna at the same time getting flanked here by Agorni in that bad shot on his right
Problem is
side.
because most of the HP is on a wrong place in Isna's hands because he is just a single shooter tank, while Ilian, who would be able to do make a change in Clipper, he had only few hundred.
Isna here getting surrounded in that tier 9 Chinese heavy, and that's going to pretty much do it as Valdir. It's going to be Agorni to pick it up.
It
And that's
looks
the
like-
Wild Bunch picking up the first round. That flank coming in, Kazna crew not being ready for that one.
Do we have a second surprise on our hands today?
Could it be, Mojo? Could it be 5-0 the Wild Bunch versus Kazna? Calling it now.
I'm gonna put 100 euros on that. That's not gonna happen.
No.
We're not allowed to bet anyway, so you're safe. It's okay.
We're not doing that. But the Wild Bunch, that flank, I don't think Kazna, Stefan thought he spotted most, but those 250Bs and bad shot, not something Kazna expected to come appear in their side.
Really, I think the push-up from Kazna was okay up to one moment that they actually stopped because the Wild Bunch was really spread out all over the map. I don't know why they didn't actually press the southern side. You see, they got stuck here in the center. They didn't try to pincer and gather up on one moment. They just killed one tank, that's Mr. Kela, or no, Kiki Merkat, and then they just stopped. Why?
Almost a comeback after that, but Stolino in that RT piece saw him land a few shells actually.
Yeah, they were all wide open for him because under that angle there is no cover. So they really played into the Wild Bunch hands.
Not the Kazna I expected to show up here in the first round. Should be able to just shake it off and move into their second round now on the defensive side. But let's take a look at that stats and see exactly how much that artillery piece managed to do, as it's not on the first page. So
Valdir actually doing 3.6k, and Stefan, who was focused first, managed to pull off a 3k.
Stefan and Elian there, followed up by Nexus there in slot number 7. The players we expect from Kazna to be doing the damage, but Valdir, L-Train, Phenomenal, and Agorni making sure that the Wild Bunch pick up their first round here. So L-Train, the player that Mr. Kella told us to watch out for, and Valdir, the
And
one I said.
Dudolino here actually doing 1800 damage, pretty decent for only 3 shots fired.
Then-
Maybe we have a reason actually why the attack stopped.
And there we see it, Euralfish and Haiba. Only one shell each on those tier 10 and tier 9 Chinese heavies.
Fish, we saw he got really caught out. Haiba tried to protect him with his own HP, and we saw how that
Nice
ended
peeks
at the
from
end.
Phenomenal and Valdir though, switching it off. Phenomenal peeking from the top, Valdir from the bottom, picking up Haiba, picking up Euralfish, and now Kazna, a team like Kazna, should be able to come back from this one.
Yeah, I still think like when they were actually pushing into Kiki so much, why didn't they continue driving down? Full force, all 7 guys.
They weren't really together though, and they were
Yeah, but they had a chance to gather up
I
at
think
one
they were
point.
afraid once they saw the flank that they would take so much damage from the back that they rather pulled back and didn't work out that
They
well.
did take all the damage anyways.
They did take all the damage anyways. Now, the Wild Bunch, I'm not going to be honest, I expected this to be a 5-0, but that result
Not gonna happen.
It's not going to happen. But now Kazna, on the defensive side. Have we seen them play Ghost Town yet? No, right?
Not in a while, actually. That was
No.
one of the maps they were avoiding like big time, banning it permanently.
I remember that much from last season, them avoiding Ghost Town a lot. But let's take a look at the lineups for round number 2 here. As you can see, Kazna, Conqueror, 2 FE215Bs, and the Object 416 from the Wild Bunch. We know what that is used for, right?
Yeah, but it can be used on both caps. Like even the Russian teams used it previously for the top cap because it's a small silhouette. But Kazna using tier 9 Bachat and the tier 10 one, this is pretty good. That means they do not want to do any fancy climbs. They just want to rotate and play straight on.
It's going to be interesting to see how that Object 416 is used. We usually see it end up in that northern cap in base number 1 because his silhouette is so low. Kazna would need to boost somebody to be able
Honestly,
to hit him.
but they actually need to enter the cap first, and there is an i7 who can join him also. I don't think Kazna will actually let them do that.
I don't think so. I think those 250Bs will be waiting on that 8-line corner there in the second street.
It could be also a full team push there.
Could be. Let's see what Kazna has in store for us moving into the second round here between these two. The Wild Bunch currently up 1-0. Going to be Ghost Town again, and you can see already lots of Kazna guys moving. Actually, all 7 Mojo. You might be right here, moving towards that BD line, and Gorny here trying to see what he can see. Similar spot to Stefan.
Yeah, he's just doing the spot to check out what is the Kazna locations, but I really think Kazna will actually gather up and just go there. It's not unheard for them, and it's not... Oh, interesting.
Waiting here behind the houses. Probably waiting for Dudelinho to move into that cap and then pounce onto him.
I cannot say I've seen this happen before.
Those
Sneaky.
250Bs are on that corner there. We can see Elian and Nexus on that 3-line corner. Do get spotted here now. Nexus bouncing that shell, I think. Dudelinho does get spotted, but shouldn't be taking any damage in return here. The Wild Bunch now has a pretty good idea where Kazna is.
Ilin immediately reloading after firing that one shell because he knows he does not want to engage in any kind of lower amount of ammunition in any major conflict.
Valdir here in at I-7. Probably going to drive towards that corner. He has a little bit of hold down there. The rest of his team going to cover him from behind. Be a mistake from Kazna. There's still that bad shots in a trap there. Valdir has to be careful here. Getting close to Isna though. Good proxy mirror at some point, but
Is anyone even close enough to cover Valdir? But Stefan is spotted.
Stefan got spotted there in a batch, and it looks like the bounce is coming out from Kazna here. Ilin and Nexus picking out. Valdir taking 2 shells so far. Taking 3 shells, so decent trade there. Nexus taking some, Ilin taking some, and Haiba at the same time taking some. So trade so far in favor of the Wild Bunch.
Haiba is taking a big pounding here. We don't even see why, but I think the majority force is actually upon him.
That 50B from Phenomenal peeked around the corner, and then those FE215Bs finished him off. And now Durs as well taking a lot of damage here, and the Wild Bunch actually
They have a fair chance to
They have a
actually
fair
take
chance to
a
take-
2-0 on Ghost Town.
Kazna avoiding Ghost Town last season and starting to be obvious why they avoided it. Not a great
It was
start.
quite a right choice after watching this.
Not a great start here for Kazna. Phenomenal in that 50B. Good peek. Good peek onto Haiba, picking him up. Finished by those FE215Bs. Agorni now joining in the not joining in the cap. Gonna push forward actually with Valdir here. Wanting to get the flank onto Kazna. This could work out beautiful. A 2-prone attack. They do get spotted now. Isna taking some damage. Gorny comes around the corner here, and the Wild Bunch bouncing from 2 sides. Eurofish is going to be the first one. Gorny shooting Durs in the back of the turret. L-Train taking a lot of damage here in return. Kazna trying to hold on where they can. Elin coming in with that 50B, but on reload now, and those FE215Bs. Eurofish alone against Mr. Kella and Kiki Merkaz should be able to pick that one up.
The positions for Kazna are really horrible now comparing to the Wild Bunch. They pincered them from 2 sides, and those FE heavies were caught in between. They had no position to angle or anything. They just had clippers on one side, but they could not really cover them from everywhere.
Not the greatest accuracy here onto Eurofish, who is still managing to stay alive so far. And
Why is he not dead yet?
a lot of bounces from Mr. Kella and Kiki Merkaz, and
Seriously,
Eurofish
guys,
still
this-
alive. Finally goes down here. Next to us, Elian is off reload now. Could be able to pick up the Dudelinho or Mr. Kella here, as Isna is the one to pick him up. And Still a small chance here for Kazna. Alien missing that shell. Doesn't miss that shell. Gets tracked though. He's not taking Mr. Kella now as well, but we're next to such low HP and Stefan as well. Does look like the Wild Bunch finally managed to stabilize. Gonna pick up this round.
Kazna has a total of 232 HP between 3 players. That's kind of as low as it gets, guys. Next he has a dead gunner, but he has a clip. If he doesn't clip Valdir, no, there is no way to survive this.
Valdir now down to a one-shot for Stefan, and Stefan has a decent roll. They're obviously going to try, as there's still a chance. Kiki Merkat's a 3-shot. Valdir is most likely going to be a 2-shot, and Phenomenal is a 1-shot no matter what happens.
It's a big problem because that FV has a laser precise gun, and you can maybe deal with I7 and Phenomenal, but that FV will be a big problem.
Isna here has to be careful. Kiki Merkat is waiting around the
He has
corner.
only one shell even, oh my god.
Should be spotting each other here, as Isna doesn't see him just yet. Kiki
They
Merkat
don't see each other.
They didn't see each other now. Isna grabs the reload. Ooh, the miss.
The laser missed.
He's now being captured by the Wild Bunch though. Kazna, don't forget, still on the defensive side. Valdir in that I7, strong position in that capture circle.
Not a good position for Kazna at the moment. Positioning on defensive side was pretty cheesy even. They got spotted by Valdir and everything broke up. If they really overcommitted to Valdir, I don't think anything would actually change because too many tanks were covering him from the Wild Bunch and he was in cooldown position, so they took a really bad baiting there.
Isna is going to go for the boost. Smart decision here. See if he can make it. 40 seconds though. Gonna have to climb rather quickly. Can he make it? No, it doesn't seem like he made it. So that option now out of the books as well. And now there's only one thing left for him to do. He's gonna have to charge head on against Valdir and Kiki Merkat.
I don't think head-on charge is even there as an option here. He will be either dead by the time he comes, or he will not even be there on time.
Yeah, Stefan nowhere near, so everything now is on Isna's shoulders here. Needs to land at least one reset with 8 seconds left, and Stefan doesn't know Phenomenal is in that 0 line as well. So now Isna,
5 seconds.
5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Isna gets spotted here. Need to pick him up. He doesn't land the shell, and that's going to be it. The Wild Bunch picking up their second victory here, Mojo.
Unreal! But this is also the problem with that tier 9 medium we were talking. Like, it's brilliant, it's fast, it has a really nice clip, but the major penetration is 263. That's the top of it. Golden
Didn't think
ammo,
I'd be saying
APCR.
The Wild Bunch 2-0 up against Kazna.
It's happening, it should not, but it is.
Ghost Town wasn't one of Kazna's favorite maps last season, and kind of starting to prove why.
They still chose to play it now, so
Now they're gonna have to come back though. Second map, going to be
Himmelsdorf.
Himmelsdorf.
Kazna had a pretty decent performance there
Well,
last time.
They, yes and no, they got kind of cut out by Legend in one round.
Yeah, that was a small mistake, I would say. They didn't have to make. Costed them around because that was pretty much out of the 100 versions you could play as a Legend, only one they could win. But here, Ghost Town, this is what actually worries me because I saw no real commitment for Kazna and positioning was really horrible in some moments. Haiba got caught out here on worst spot possible. This is not even a new spot. This is something that was known since tier 8.
But what are those bat shots? What were they trying to achieve there? You know, waiting in that, behind those houses.
They were exactly trying to catch a guy approaching, which I understand, but the plan fell out just for one guy peeking. Like, so it doesn't mean it was tested that well.
Let's take a look at the stats though from that last round. You can see exactly how it went down. As phenomenal performance from him.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. 4.4k damage there. Player to watch out for. Switching from Legend, coming in the Wild Bunch and making quite a lot of noise here.
And again, next to Cillian, but Stefan is nowhere to be found on this first page now.
Yeah, Stefan nowhere here to be found. Very, how to say, unlike Stefan to not be in that top spots.
I believe they are all upset about this at the moment, but they are a team that actually is long enough here. They might have been tilted about this long ago.
Well, we know they sometimes have issues with tilting.
Yeah, but, you know, when it happens too many times, you just get over it. So,
Hopefully.
been there, done that, and next map.
Haiba, 0 damage dealt, 0 shots.
Yeah, I believe he was checked from the start there, and that was it for him.
Such a common angle though for Phenomenal to be in. Nobody covering that really, as those 50Bs were on the other corner. So Haiba A little bit of a rookie mistake there. What were we
It
expecting
was
from
a
team
bad
like
team
Kazna?
mistake. It was just a bad team mistake. And the tactics from the start was kind of flawed. I believe they will scratch it and never do it again.
Hopefully they will scratch it and never do it again. Or maybe we just don't see the use of it just yet.
Or maybe we don't see the ghost town ever again. Play the Kazna.
They can't really make a team like Kazna shouldn't have to rely on an auto ban though. It's not good. It hurts a lot coming
They're
into
not
the
the
later
only
stages.
ones. You had Wombats who were doing the same. So you have every time one team that's actually just deliberately avoiding one map. I don't think Kazna just chose that map for this season yet.
Let's take a look at the lineups here. Coming into Himmelsdorf though, a little bit better map for Kazna hopefully. As you can see the Wild Bunch, fairly aggressive lineup again. Double 1-1-3, bad shots, a lot of clippers here, and for Kazna, same thing again, going with those tier 9 bad shots.
Yeah, they're really not giving up on that. It's a mobile setup, and the reason why they lost one game was only their own hastiness even. But they're defending, so they know their lessons now.
They should know their lessons, hopefully.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, true.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Now the Wild Bunch, what a performance so far. From a team nobody expected it. Now 2-0
Let's
up.
not jinx them, because last time they were 3-0 up,
Oh no!
and it did not work out that
Not
well.
like this.
Not like this. Yeah.
Now the Wild Bunch, if they manage to pick up these 2 rounds though,
They managed to pick up even a single point here. It's gonna be a miracle, but we just seen that miracle happen when Ding played it. So
but that was less of a miracle though because Gohard, a little bit higher ranked than Wild Bunch in a lot of people's opinion.
a lot of people's opinion, true, but here are the facts now.
Here are the facts now. Wild Bunch currently up 2-0. They're on the offense. Could be a very quick rails push in reality with that lineup, but Kazna's
I would
lineup
not do it
perfect to
because
deal with
Kazna
it.
has actually a better lineup to deal with that.
Let's see what the Wild Bunch has planned for us on the attack. Can they make it 3-0 or is Kazna going to come back? Let's find out as we move into Himmelsdorf. So here we have it. 2-0 still in the favor of the Wild Bunch, who are on the defensive side. And Kazna on the offensive side, sending both their 9s back shots on the hill. Don't want to get caught like Legend. Kiki Merker and Ogorni both pushing down there. Fairly risky as those 50 Bs from Kazna are already really close, but narrowly dodging each other.
Well, Fishy is
Oh
really...
no, Kiki. Mojo Kiki. Kiki in a lot of trouble here. Those
This is
2
really
50
offensive
Bs.
start by the Wild Bunch, but the
no.
Kazna has 2 guys out of the play completely.
Kiki Merkat here getting absolutely dominated by those 250.
I don't
Nothing
think
he
Nexus
can do.
is a forgiving nature. Yeah, he just caught him off immediately.
Nexus not in a forgiving nature. Picking up Kiki Merkat. Gorni already taking a lot of damage here as well. Knows those 50 Bs are on reload. Stefan has 1 left, but Haiba's also coming to... And it's some team damage, really. Nexus giving
Nexus
Stefan a
gave
little slap in
Stefan
the
a
back there.
I would like to hear those 2 talk now on TeamSpeak, like really.
Now Stefan goes low as well.
And he gets killed. Ah!
Oh no. But
Well,
still,
really-
advantage with Kazna. Haiba now being the next one pounced from. Isna and Eurofish need to get in the fight as Haiba taking a lot of damage here. But in return, Mr. Kella should be going down. So back and forwards here really. But those tier 9 bad shots need to get in the fight at this point. They've been out it for so long.
Okay, really nice aggressive approach by the Wild Bunch, but coordinated. What coordination? I'm just gonna say it like that. They even had a numerous advantage and everything, but positioning sucks. There is nothing else to say about that. And they're now getting chased away and slaughtered around the streets.
Well, they're getting clipped in the back there from those tier 9 bad shots and trying their best what they can do. But it looks like Kazna came out strong here on Himmelsdorf, and that bad shot push for the Wild Bunch not really working out as Kiki Merka got absolutely slaughtered in the beginning of that round, and it's just phenomenal and Dodolinho left as Kazna look like they want to bounce back from that terrible start on Ghost Town here with a meaning as Eurofish rams phenomenal to death.
Well,
And
guys,
it's just Dodolinho.
if you are trying to see any kind of meaningful tactics here, don't bother. There are none. This is just plain old-fashioned bludgeoning.
Dodolinho left, 37 HP. Not sure what the plan was there for the Wild Bunch with those 2-9 bad shots as he goes in his corner. Nexus coming in for the ram kill as he does it, and that will be it. Kazna now picking up the offensive side on
Pretty easy
Himmelsdorf.
even.
pretty easy. Those 2 bad shots from the Wild Bunch. Not sure.
No comment really there. Like, how can you fall in a trap that easily with that tank? I think someone else should pick up and play those solo functions next time, because getting caught by heavy tanks chasing you around, not so good.
They both tried to drive in between that same street where you can drive through the buildings. And Kiki Merkat found Stefan and Nexus. Nexus even trying to make the game a little bit closer by shooting Stefan in the back of the third. He's not going to be happy about that one.
I'm going to be happy definitely, because he died because of that. He would actually survive the shot by enemy, but not with that peck on a cheek.
Nexus just trying to help out the Wild Bunch a little bit, but it was just a weird round. A lot of individual skirmishes going on all around the map, and Kazna
It was
coming out
so
on top.
weird and not coordinating by the Wild Bunch that actually Kazna guys who were going over the top of the hill had time to climb down and start clipping them out before the rest of the guys down were even in any kind of danger.
Now, this could be a 2-0 for Kazna to Himmelsurf, and then it's all even Stevens again. So take a look at the stats here from the last round. Stefan, probably not going to be super high up. And no, it's Elian. Elian, not a real surprise here.
Trillion 3.7. Yes, he's in my team.
Is he?
Yes.
Decided not to pick anybody from Kazna. I thought this was going to be a fairly quick match.
Well, you were wrong.
And then I had Genghis as well, who didn't play. Rip my fantasy team.
Well, I had one. I took FKK because I like the guy, and he will
Oh,
never
wow.
play, I guess.
But other than that, fairly even spread. Phenomenal again. Pretty good performance so far from the Wild Bunch, proving that his switch was written. And Stefan, 3 shots connected, and then a lot of players from the Wild Bunch
Haiba
there.
not on a really good day today. He's definitely pulling Kuric here. No, Kuric is actually shooting all the time. But we have here majority of Kazna in the top damage dealing. There was no specific tactics to talk here about guys like the Wild Bunch just tried to surprise them. It didn't work as planned because the team before already tried to surprise Kazna and it didn't work as well. Legend already tried to rush them, so not a good karma.
Looking at the maps, though, the Wild Bunch really, really needs to pick up this round if they want to have any chance, because I don't see them able to do anything to Kazna at all on mines. And
Yeah, but now they would have probably a bigger chance on mines, maybe to surprise them than here, because now Kazna doesn't have to do much. They just have to react. If they are capable of sitting for a little and not rushing.
gonna have to see if Kazna is able to sit a little bit more in place than against Legend.
And that didn't happen, definitely.
But still, the Wild Bunch still up 2-1 after Ghost down. Teams are going to be looking at that, and
Honestly,
Kazna
at the moment, it doesn't mean anything.
doesn't mean anything, as this map, we've seen a lot where a map goes 2-0 in favor of one team, then the next team wins the next map 2-0, and then from that point on, just a matter of who gets better and better throughout the match. And in the long run, Kazna, player for player, should be able to outplay the Wild Bunch.
In the long run, Kazna already played so many difficult matches that they are there at home, while Bunch can only be nervous. Like, you can have that initial adrenaline carrying you also only so much. Sooner or later, it just wears off, and the only thing that is left over is skill.
Still, for a team coming out of the Last Chance qualifier, Kazna cannot be happy about at least already dropping 2 rounds against them.
Yeah, that was quite a nonsense and really bad play, honestly, but that's life. Gotta live with it and move on.
Gotta live with it and move on, as Kazna is now moving over to the defensive stance. Are we gonna see the same thing from them as yesterday? A very heavy 1-2 line push.
Honestly, it was nothing wrong with their tactics. It was just that greed to go and push them in a city. If they just stood back, we already saw that they would actually win the round. But like that, they really made a big opening for Legend. If you just decide to play some mind games here, they can actually try the same and just let the Wild Bunch fall into the trap.
I'm thinking if the Wild Bunch is going to be able to surprise Kazna, but we do have our lineups ready here. So let's take a look what we got for our tanks. You can see the Wild Bunch.
Ooh, Kazna changing completely.
Ooh, that's a lot more defensive oriented.
But still, look, but still
Who's going to
really...
be playing the FETD for Kazna, though? Would it be Stefan? No, don't think so.
Nexus, maybe.
Nexus? I'm thinking maybe Fishy.
Really?
Maybe, I don't know.
He likes to move around too much, no.
I'm really wondering who's going to play that for Kazna. I don't think Stefan's going to... I don't see Stefan playing that one. Alien, I don't think so either. Nexus, perhaps?
The bigger thing is now the Wild Bunch has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks that can definitely be one-shot by that FETD. I'm wondering how they feel about it now on TeamSpeak.
That FETD.
I bet they didn't see this one coming.
Well, I mean, it's a fairly common pick at this point.
Yeah, but not for Kazna.
Not for Kazna, but let's see what Kazna has in store by the FVTD. Moving into our fourth round here between these two. Score still currently in favor of the Wild Bunch, 2-1. And it is Durs playing the FVTD.
That's a new one. I would expect him on that single shooter tanks usually.
Me too. I have to see. I haven't seen him play that much of FVTD at all.
Never.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that one works out. Kazna here going a lot more defensive than we saw them yesterday. No joking around. Eurofish in the tier 9 bad shot, moving towards the 0 line, easing towards the 5 line, spotting both angles, and the rest of the Wild Bunch on the hill.
Okay, Fishy is doing a spot here for the hill. Honestly, last time I sent him in TCM to spot this, he forgot to turn like this, his tank, and he got caught.
He could
I was
still
really
get caught
annoyed.
though.
I was really annoyed.
Bad memories coming out there from Mojo. Eurofish has to be careful here, but it's a little bit of a bait. Agorni has to be careful here. Gets despotted luckily enough. And
Ooh, handbrakes coming in handy everywhere.
I'm afraid now somebody's going to get one-shotted here. And FETD, it's always scary to see that FETD line up the shot there. Kiki Mercat though, trying to trade with Eurofish, not working out so far. Gorny coming from the other side.
Fishy is
Eurofish
kind of left alone
God,
here
yeah.
and in a problem. Like, what's going on? Why?
still has 2 shells though.
Yeah, but that's not position for him to
Ooh.
even be in.
L-Train taking a lot of damage there, and Kazna taking a decent advantage so far. We'll probably lose Fishy in return for that, as there is not much he can do. He's tracked, he's held, and he's going down. Svalder is the one to pick that up. But just look at the HP. Kazna already 2.4k ahead, and looks like they want to finish this round quickly. Already pushing forwards here, Stefan as well. Trying to take on Mr. Kella. Mr. Kella landing the first, but the push across at the same time coming out from Kazna. Isne trying to flank Mr. Kella here. Stefan coming from the other side. L-Train coming around. Isne has to be a little bit careful here.
Yeah, definitely. Kella was there in a problem, but most of the team came.
The block.
Ooh, and a body block.
The block from Stefan, returning the favor from Nexus earlier.
They're passing on.
But now a lot of tanks staring Stefan down. Nice target priority there. Shooting Valdur in that 50p. Now chopping him down to a 1. Dodolinho getting one shot at by F. There's in that FVTD. But now Kazna in full control of this round.
And who do we have coming there from the hill in their backs?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal, definitely. The guy in 50p that can bring pretty much havoc upon them.
And Durs is starting to drop pretty low here against the Gorny in that. Oh, has to be careful here.
Will he
Durs-
drop him before the Durs? Yeah,
Yes,
he will drop him
did,
now.
and Kazna actually in a bad situation here as Kiki picks up Nexus, and the round is turning a little bit back in favor of the Wild Bunch. Yes, the HP completely even, but the gun in the game again. 5 guys
Ili
still
needs to
alive.
drop Train right now.
Yeah, but no, he doesn't. So Train will get at least one more shell out as Alien bounced that. Great positioning from Train behind that rubber pile. Alien taking a lot of damage here as well. Does pick up Valdir. Should be able to pick up L-Train before he reloads as well. Alien should be able to land the shell. He's on over HP as he does. Now 841 HP. Phenomenal
And
bouncing.
a lucky bounce
Woo.
here.
But Kiki is still a 2-shot though. When he gets off reload together with Agorni, he should be able to close out this round.
Yeah, Haiba and Stefan are really not in any shape to fight that much, and Agorni already took one of them down.
Nice skill there from Agorni coming out onto Stefan, and Kazna again falling a little bit to pieces here as Alien and Haibar the last one standings. And where did it go wrong? Where did everything fall to pieces as the Wild Bunch looks like they're going to pick up their 3rd round here? Who would have expected this? The Wild Bunch pushing Kazna into a 3-1 deficit as Haibar is the last one standing in a T1 10E5. Oh,
I can
Mojo.
say there is a standard problem here. I really don't believe that Fishy staying there was actually the plan of Kazan. I think
They
that
traded a lot for him though, and that's it.
I
The
don't
Wild
think
Bunch
it's
picking
enough.
up the 3rd round.
I really don't think it's enough, because you cannot survive there with Bachat, and you know when you can even throw some HP if you survive with all guns, but you are just sacrificing a gun for nothing. It was not a tier 8 tank they sacrificed, it was like a medium rotation tank tier 9 now.
I feel more of the issue was Stefan and Isna than Eurofish even. Eurofish at least traded 2k HP for his so that's kind of equal. But Isna coming in there, trying to get Mr. Kella from behind, not working out. Stefan blocking him. Isna goes down. Stefan soon to drop a lot of HP. The push from Kazna from the north, not on time. And then the Wild Bunch just pretty much picking off those tanks between Stefan and the other side,
Yeah,
one by one.
That's what I mean. Like, it's probably
And there's on reload, kills Dudolinho, on reload, gets picked up.
the misplay. I think it was start from the fish, and then when Isne in other tier 9 came there around the corner, it would be a normal thing to pick up that 1-1-3. That was a really good opportunity, but they did not actually cash it in. And then really a bad communication between Stefan and Isne. Isne getting blocked and shot for nothing. Like, he had a clear way to run away, but he just ran in Stefan. So really, really strange game. A lot of mistakes and a shaky start.
Let's take a look at the stats for that match, though. So we can see here the score being led again by Ilian. Ilian is the one keeping Kazna in this match so far, really.
Well, he's usually doing the most damage here, but it doesn't really matter now because tactically they're actually not up to the point.
Not performing at all. The Wild Bunch moving as a unit, leaving Dudolinho behind. Phenomenal, good rotation from the hill together with Kiki. And Kazna, you can just see the damage. It's all the Wild Bunch, really.
The only lucky thing for Kazna is at the moment that mines are next, and so far, honestly, what we've seen from the Wild Bunch there is not very nice. It was really unimaginative in its tail, but maybe they will just scratch those options off.
We have to think about the tilt possibility here for Kazna as well, going 3-1 down, something they didn't expect at all.
Honestly, if they get tilted by this, they will not even deserve to be in the top at the end of the season.
Ooh.
But they've been in shaky starts as long as they know from themselves, and then when it matters, actually, when you have to qualify, play playoffs or go on tournament, they play well.
You can see there Stefan, Nexu, and Stefan not performing up to his standards yet so far. Not sure what I felt like a little bit over-eager there. Overreaction after Eurofish went down. Already deciding to push before any cap pressure was applied.
I really think that Fish had no business being there. And that if it was their team decision to make him be there, then it was a tactical mistake. But whoever made the tactics, it was a huge blunder. But I kind of have a feeling that he just dragged them into that by a hunch.
Gonna have to ask Kazna.
Yeah, definitely.
It looked planned though, as Isna was spotting the 5 line, so saw whatever was coming there, and Fish is spotting the 0 line.
If you make that kind of plan, what was protecting Fish from down? Nothing, and he got shot from down.
They're expecting to trade a lot of HP in return. Maybe he should try to have run. He probably could have gotten out of there if he just kept running and then turned into the 5 line, which he didn't, or even going to A5 behind that rubble pile.
If he just kept running, honestly, they would still see them spotted by Isne, and he would still run away and be alive and ready to rotate.
Some misplays happening there. Let's take a look at what we got for our lineups now. Moving into mines here. The score currently 3-1. Yes, I repeat, 3-1 in favor of the Wild Bunch, who bring
Wild West.
3 1-1-3s, 2-9 bad shots, 1 bad shot, 1 TVP, and Kazna doesn't look like, well, actually their lineup does look hill orientated. Even the Gorilla, we've seen it being used for hill fights so far.
Yeah, Kazna has everything mobile here, so they can choose what to do. Honestly, I don't like that grill where Mary played it today when we saw the match. The Wild Bunch, on the other hand, does not have RT in attack like they did last time. Dudolinho played it, and it was not really the best for them. They tried to push the low cap, and it was quite miserable game.
That Gorilla, still always an interesting pick. You can either use it on K4. Some teams like to go aggressive with it, but Ding not working out. It's only if you do go it towards the middle. The only time it works if the enemy team also comes towards the middle, because you can land 1 shell on them going up, and it's just 9 bad shots.
Yeah, but why would you bother if they have 3 1-1-3s? You know, they will. If even they push the hill, you will still be able to shoot them from the K4 later.
Kazna here. Not sure if they're actually going to go defensive. Like, maybe not showing a lot of respect to the Wild Bunch, but let's see. Can the Wild Bunch bring it to match point against Kazna crew? Let's find out as we go into mines. We can see here Kazna crew going for the hill, Stefan doing the new boost, and K8 gonna take that hill control for the lineup of Kazna crew. You can see here, and he fails it, so not good for Kazna crew. Rest of the boys taking the hill here, gonna take some damage, but at least they'll have hill control. Stefan failing that boost, pretty crucial though.
it's a kind of a problem because if actually Wild Bunch puts a guy up there, they will be in a world of pain. But I think because they have the kill at the moment, Stefan actually has time to go and do it again.
Yeah, I think Stefan might be trying to do it again. No, he isn't. He's moving towards the K line now. Probably going to take that island test now. There's no more threat of the Wild Bunch going to take that 0 line so far. Haiba actually dropping off from that hill as well. No, staying up so far. Now, Kazna crew, what do they do? The HP massively in favor of the Wild Bunch because of the heavier lineup. But we've seen this before where teams take the hill, and if they leave too many tanks not protecting it, at one point, the Wild Bunch will just counter push it.
Yeah, but honestly, they have all the bases covered. The Wild Bunch pushes up. All they have to do is clip out from the sides and run away with the mediums. The damage should be more than overrun, but Haiba is not really performing here. Why is he allowing himself to get shot that easily?
Haiba now minus his repair kit. Taking a nice shell then from Agorni in that bad shot, and Kazna crew very split over the map. Not a fan of this, as if the Wild Bunch decided to go for this hill, they could probably overmatch it fairly easily. If their guys, like Mr. Kella said, do know the boost, they could fairly easily boost 1 or 2 guys. 1-1-3 take the middle. Then what does Kazna crew do?
Well, we'll see how much do they actually know those boosts, because I don't see them doing them yet.
See them doing them yet so far. Elian pushing up a little bit now as well. Nice shell from
It
Train.
doesn't look like they actually have to do anything because Kazna keeps peeking and taking damage. So far, 3000 damage difference and none of it given back.
All of Kazna crew centered around this hill. Even Stefan, Agorni though, taking a nice shot in return. That gorilla from Eurofish showing what it can do. Nice 769 points there taken away from Agorni's HP.
Well, at least something given back, finally. Thank God. Well, a whole lot of nothing going on here now, while the Wild Bunch is actually pulling away. I think they will actually approach the 2-cap because Kazna has no T-49 or any tank like that. So they will probably go for the pressure from the south and pre-aim everyone who is trying to peek. Yeah, they're doing it.
This could be pretty good though for the Wild Bunch now moving. It's really going to depend on how much damage they're going to take on that crossing, and not a lot of Kazna crew tanks are pretty ready for this. Eurofish only now getting in position.
I don't think they even have to cross anywhere because they are just holding it on here. They will just start a cap with these 1-1-3s and everyone will just pre-aim the ridges. Maybe Fish can decap them, but it's hard turrets and it's still just in heat ammo.
It's harder for Fish to decap with that gorilla because it's not easy shot for him. Now, Kazna not in a good position for this, honestly speaking. 3 guys on the cap, good cover so far. Eurofish
2 HP down, not really well positioned. 20 seconds to go. Someone will have to peek. It's probably Elian to try to decap. We will see what will be he actually have of HP left after that.
Now Stefan is going to be the one to cross, but with 7 seconds left, somebody's going to have to peek over here and reset. And it looks like it's going to be Elian. It doesn't land the first, but resets the base anyways since they drive off it, but gets set on fire and blown up, and there goes Elian, the first one down for Kazna crew.
It's a world of pain.
Not looking good for them. Kazna crew, what are you doing? They're trying to retake the 1-2 line now, but the hill is open for the Wild Bunch, and once they realize this, the 1-1-3s are not easy to take down.
And look at this, Agorni is actually pushing the middle now after them, and Nexus will be next in a world of problems.
This is not looking good for Kazna crew. Getting shaken up here by the Wild Bunch. Nexus in that TVP. Lands the first onto Agorni, lands the second, but L-Train coming in support. Agorni has to play it careful here. Nexus might be able to pick him up if Agorni doesn't play it well. Playing around that rock part here. Agorni has to get back here. Nexus should be able to pick him up here. Nexus does. L-Train lands the shot onto Nexus. Nexus now onto 480 HP, but still advantage in favor of the Wild Bunch.
And Nexus will have to run away and completely give away any kind of position on the hill. That means all the guys of Kazna will actually be on lower ground.
Kazna crew not making their shots count here. Stefan, Eurofish finally picking up Valdir there, so good pick up. HP getting closer and closer, but there come Dudolinho and Phenomenal. And Stefan is on reload. Haiba and Isna are low. Yes, they have 3 shells each. Not great focus fire here coming out. Oh, and Kiki Mercat absolutely wrecking Stefan, and it's not looking good as Eurofish though trying to do what he can. Picks up Dudolinho. Phenomenal now, trying to land some shells as well, but still the Wild Bunch with a pretty nice advantage at this point, and still those 2 1-1-3s alive. Fishy Gonna be the one here as L-Train picks up Haiba as well, and Kazna Crew.
I think
what
the
are
Wild
you
Bunch
doing?
actually wants the blood here now. They're not capping anymore. They don't kill. They don't care about that. They just want to kill them.
Wild Bunch on a mission here as Mr. Kella lines up the shell, takes Nexus down, and it's all onto Durs and Eurofish and Kazna Crew falling to pieces here.
We are
Mojo-
heading for a match point for the Wild Bunch.
Wild Bunch will get onto match point at this rate. Durs with 3 shells, not even enough to kill Phenomenal unless he gets some ramming damage. Takes a shell from those 113s as well. Only one left for Durs. Eurofish is the last man standing, doing what he can, picking up another kill here, but it's not going to be enough, Mojo, as Kazna Crew flunking another round. Now the Wild Bunch going to take up Kazna Crew as Eurofish is the last one standing. That TVP from L-Train out on a mission. It's going to pick him up here any second as it is, and Durs the last one standing. Phenomenal picks him up, and that's going to be it. Match point for the Wild Bunch against Kazna Crew, 4-1.
Ouch. Ow.
This one isn't happy.
Oh. This
what
hurts.
is
Yeah, okay,
happening
this
today?
hurts. We thought that Kazna will have a laughing day about Ding having problems with Gohar. What to say about this?
They already lost at least 1 point.
Yeah, but what to say about this? Kazna actually has to pull off 4 games in a row to even 3
What-
games
what
in
is-
a row to just
what is
get to
that-
the tiebreaker.
What is that positioning? Why is Stefan moving back towards the hill, leaves the one line open, gives a massive advantage for the Wild Bunch. Credit to the Wild Bunch where it's due. They push those 1-1-3s on the capture circle. They realize they don't need to take the one line. Nobody on the one line for Kazna Crew be able to
They
reset.
really
Alien
made-
gets completely wrecked for the reset.
He was the only one to even in position to do it, so he had to take a bullet for the team. That was the fact, but Kazna really making whole lot of bad choices.
This already, though,
and it started here.
the fail coming out from Stefan. A little bit of maybe annoyance. Annoyed with the current score. Not
I guess
being
it
able to do the
happens,
boost.
but I think he had time to just do it again later.
But I know Stefan and Eurofish trying to do what he could in this round, picking
Yeah,
up a lot of kills.
he was actually really performing well in this game, but it's just not enough. And positioning was pretty horrible, honestly. Like even on that hill, they were peeking all over the time and wasting HP for no reason. The game started with 3000 HP less.
Let's take a look at stats here though, with Kazna Crew. Wild Bunch, where credit is due though.
Wild Bunch should just take a breather now and actually... Oh, look at Fish.
Eurofish 4.4, trying to keep Kazna Crew in this match single-handedly. Still not enough to as L-Train, Mr. Kella and Phenomenal doing the damage for the Wild Bunch.
It's a pretty unusual day to have that, like, but...
I said it in the beginning of the season. This is going to be the closest season we had so far, and we can already start seeing it. Ding already losing points. Now Kazna already lost points as well, and this season is proving to be a pretty an
This
epic
is
one so
probably
far.
the tightest one as ever, because usually you had 1 or 2 teams that were completely dominating anyone, and Alien making only 400 damage.
Alien was the only one that
No.
could reset as Eurofish couldn't. Those 1-1-3s with the latest patch, the turret is a little bit stronger as well, so hard to pen.
That was
Alien
a
had to commit.
desperation move.
Had to commit. He had to commit. What he did there was correct. He didn't land the reset. One of the 1-1-3s actually drove off the cap, but then gets set on fire and nothing to be done there for him. Diana should have reversed after the first shell.
Honestly, it would prove for Kazna better that they even had a T-49 to reset those guys, because they could have done it permanently, not like Grill, who gets spotted after firing the first shot. But then again, if you fail the first climb and you already control the hill, why didn't he just make a turn and go and do it again? He would be up there and they would be in a pretty darn good position, because the hill would be safe, 100%.
Didn't have one two-line control though, which was...
Yeah, but they had like a TVP and one heavy tank watching there all the time. So anyone who would try to cross the 1-2 line would really be
The Wild Bunch
annihilated.
did it fairly well though, spotting those batches, crossing over, doing a lot of damage to them, forcing the decap from Kazna Crew.
No, Wild Bunch did their ABCs really good. They were waiting for Kazna, counting that Kazna will peek impatiently, which they actually did, all over the place. As I said, 3000
Not-
HP.
Maybe not enough respect from Kazna Crew towards the Wild Bunch, saying that they wrecked
Definitely.
them pretty easily and go
Definitely, but the cost is high, mate. It's like 1-4 now for Kazna.
for 1-4 for Kazna Crew. We saw the Wild Bunch being up 3-0 against Rage Quit, and yet Rage Quit came back. So can
But
Kazna
this is a
Crew do
match
it?
point. So they have to defend mines now. Even if they fail, they have entire Prokhorovka.
It's not looking good for Kazna Crew. Not playing like we suspected them to come in this season.
Well, they should just focus up now on this attack, because if they get hold of Prokhorovka, they
The Wild Bunch
actually
can
have a
trench
fair
up
chance
though
there.
on mines. It's not the hardest anymore to win as you can trench up.
No, it's not, but we've seen people fail all over the place. Here we go, first example.
Still can't comprehend that. Kazna is down 4-1.
Cannot compute, yeah.
It reminds me of Bombats on Tanks versus Kazna at the season finals as well, where Kazna was 4-1 up. No, it really reminds me of that. Nobody expected it at that point. But our lineups already, let's take a look. Could be all over for Kazna Crew at this point. Can the Wild Bunch Gaming do the biggest upset so far in the season, Mojo?
That would be a shocker, but they have an artillery, probably will be played by Dudolino and Ivan 100 to put below the hill. This is as defensive as it gets, and it's time to see can they actually do those climbs, because if they want to defend this, they must.
And then Kazna Crew, no real beef in that lineup, nobody to really push with, nobody to take the front, a lot of bad shots there, only the tier 9 Chinese heavy. How are they going to break this camp, this E100? It'll be fairly difficult to deal with.
If they don't manage to play out on the Wild Bunch and get some superior positions from the hills, I don't see this winning at all.
Kazna
Especially
Crew.
with this artillery. This artillery is a pain in the
How
butt.
is their mental state at this point? We have to wonder, going 4-1 down against the Wild Bunch. How is their mental state? Can they recover from this? Let's find out. The Wild Bunch currently on match point. Is it all over for Kazna? Or are they going to come back? The Wild Bunch now on the defensive side at E100, probably going to go under the hill. We know where Archie's going to be. We know where the Gorilla is going to be. And Kazna Crew obviously going to try and take the hill, but they're biasing themselves towards the 129. So early fight here, perhaps.
Okay, Agorn is taking the sneaky bush. From this bush you can spot people trying to peek from the hill and going left and right, but they cannot be proxy spotted in return. Thurs is staying in a base. If you're wondering, guys, this is A2 position. You can go and play a hold down from anyone who tries to rotate around and shoot them up. And we have guys going for the 2 cap and controlling the 1 line.
Kazna Crew in control over the 1-2 line here. Already Stefan getting through, but the Wild Bunch not really wanting to fight that. Giving it up, Mr. Kella there has to be careful.
They have a Novel climbing up already. We can see him on a map. He is on the 9 line. And
he needs more speed to do this.
Yeah, but
there's no more point for him being here at this point. There's nobody on the hill for Kazna Crew. We should really just drop off. It's just fancy climbing, yes, but
I would
really
still
useful.
keep him up there, because from those top positions he can snipe them as they're trying to approach, maybe, and rotate.
Mr. Kella is in trouble here though, as the bad shots from Elian is trying to pounce on him, and have to be careful here. They really need somebody in the 3-4 line position to be able to help Mr. Kella out in reality.
Honestly, if no one from Kazna is on a hill, they should actually put someone on hill to cover Kella. Like right now, yesterday.
Kella needs some covering here, only has 2 shells left, and Elian bouncing one here. So Kella does his full clip onto Elian. Valdir trading some damage here, but Agorni picking up Eurofish, and there it is, the trade coming on from the Wild Bunch, and Kazna Crew still not in the best of positions. Yes, the Agorni trades some damage. It's going to be hard to see what Durs can do in this one.
Well, Elian on a low HP is never a good thing, and Fishy dying like that, even worse. Honestly, Kazna is not in a good position now. Durs, yes, he's protecting their back, but the Wild Bunch still has artillery and Grill, who can maybe try to rest it.
That artillery piece needs to move up a little bit if he wants to reset, though. As from there, I'm not sure if he has the angle. Could have possibly Valdir
Well,
here.
the Wild Bunch can always do what Kazna did. In the last second, one guy can peek and just rest it.
Kiki Merca, though, in that batch, are taking a lot of damage there. Not exactly sure what he's doing. Needs to be careful there.
It's kind of a careless play, foolish play, and wasting a lot of HP for nothing.
Wasting a lot of HP for nothing there as Nexus takes them in return, and Kazna Crew with the HP advantage here. Dudolino finally starting to move. Needs to go to K4 to get some decent angles. Eltrin in the D100
It looks like Phenomena will do a climb on A5, A6, guys, and if he manages to do that, he will be in decent position to counter the Kazna.
If he managed to make that climb on A5...
he seems to be stopped for some reason.
Doesn't matter, he could just do the normal one. Isna here has to cross over. Got tracked, got held, and now also Stefan moving up to Valdir, wants to take him out, and that artillery piece could be falling as well. At the
Stefan
same
might
time.
actually take them both off.
Yeah, Stefan, nice shell here. Should be able to pick up Valdir as he does. That artillery piece not getting spotted just yet. Phenomenal taking a lot of damage from theirs as well. And Kazna Crew finally in a good position here. Dudolino needs to make that reset happen. Stefan takes a shell here from Kiki Merca. Still, Kazna Crew in control.
23 seconds to go, and one guy will sooner or later have to take a bullet and reset. And it's gonna be probably E100.
Now training at E100.
He's already taking a fountain, but he's getting dragged. Look at it.
Tracked and health in at E100.
Kazna will actually cap.
5 seconds left. E100 is on reload. They need the reset. Reset needs to come out now. Kiki Merkat, can he do it? 0 base. And the base gets captured by Kazna now. Bringing it 4-2-2. Mojo getting a little bit too close there again. Oh, the sweat dripping off his forehead almost as Kazna crew stabilizing a little bit. Finally playing it out slow, steady, calm and collected. Bringing it to 4-2.
They saw a nice weakness in defense of the Wild Bunch. Also, I do not understand. The Wild Bunch actually had one chance to win this. If they covered Mr. Kella from the hill while those budgets were pushing, they would win this. Because that was the only mistake they made and it costed them the game. After that, it was all...
Stefan with a good play coming out to take down Val there. Dudelinho not able to reset the E100, getting tracked in hell and base captured
It was
by
really
Kazna.
good track shots on that E100. He was just there immobile. He couldn't even fall down.
Kazna crew now. Is the comeback alive? The dream?
Possibly Prokhorovka is a really good map for them.
Prokhorovka should be a good map for them. But
Yeah.
still, they have to win 2 rounds and then win Prokhorovka again.
Well, let's see. They are defending on Prokhorovka first. And the Wild Bunch at the moment has about 0% win ratio on Prokhorovka.
Well, only 2 rounds played on it so far though. Gonna have to see how that one goes now.
It's okay, guys. We are convicted to stay here entire night as usual, so we will just move on until the tiebreaker.
Another tiebreaker. Let's go.
Let's do it! Yay!
We're ready for it. He just wants the tiebreaker because he wants to see Kazna win. So I just want to see the Wild Bunch win at this point. I feel like they deserve it.
Yeah, you want to go home, admit it.
There's always that, but let's take a look at the stats from that last round. As you can see here, a Gorny, top damage, but then a lot of Kazna players there. Nexus, Ilian, Haiba, Stefan. Mr. Kella doing a decent amount of damage as well,
He
landing
did
all
his
5.
full clip, that's fine. And as we said, like if they actually control the hill, when they saw there is no one from Kazna there, it's just one guy was there on a position to cover Mr. Kella, this will be a 100% win for the Wild Bunch.
Could be a 100% win for the Wild Bunch, as now, you know, a lot of players from Kazna there. Dudelinho, that M40 not working out at all. Not getting any resets. Positioning.
It's kind of a problem because even last time when he played RT in attack for the Wild Bunch, he was in no position to do anything. Honestly, it's not his fault because Kazna just didn't give him any single angle.
Can the Wild Bunch do it, or they're gonna repeat their same scenario against Rage Quit?
The roller coaster going down? Possibly. We will see. If they lose the next game,
Even then, if Kazna managed to pick up all of the rounds, have to imagine losing that 1 point
you
against
do
the Wild Bunch.
understand if they win 2 Prokhorovkas, there is a third Prokhorovka.
No, it's 3 Prokhorovkas in a row, no matter if Kazna win. But now, so even if they do manage to win this, they lose 1 point. At 1 point, we've said it before, can be crucial.
Man, even
in
if
the
they
end.
get 1 point here, this is at the moment good for them because between 0 and 1, 1 is always better. Hey, it's simple math. You need to fight for everyone. Last year, they qualified for 1 point above Utopia. 1 point. So yeah, take whatever you can. Anytime you can.
We thought Kazna was going to start this season stronger, but already flunking on their second
Hey,
match
it looked
here.
really well against Legend, but not so much anymore.
Can take a look at our lineups here still. The Wild Bunch up 4-2 here. As we can see, the Wild Bunch coming in with that IS-7 again, and a very mobile setup from Kazna crew.
Wild Bunch really following the Kurit's manual for playing Prokhorovka. So we will see Kazna in defense with a really mobile setup, only 2 STBs. They don't have a single heavy tank here and a whole lot of budgets. I actually like this setup. It's really mobile and versatile. You can do pretty much anything with it. You can either even push any side.
Don't know. I still don't know about those STBs. I kind of like the 113s. At least 113 in the mix
No,
here.
actually, yeah, Kazna is on defense and Wild Bunch is on attack with I7. Okay. That looks like a kind of a forest side play, which I don't really like.
Forest side play the I7 into the E2 hull down, then putting the RU251 on the cap. And those STBs, maybe Kazna will decide to use them on the same area. But let's see, can Kazna crew do it? Can they come back, or is it the Wild Bunch that will take it all? Let's find out as we move into Prokhorovka. See here, Kazna crew going very offensive at the start, want to take the Wild Bunch by the throat. Everybody from the Wild Bunch though moving into that forest area, and if Kazna does decide to keep pushing, it could be horrible mojo as both teams are moving towards that 1-2 line, and not looking that great for Kazna as everybody from the Wild Bunch is there.
They actually push this. Oh, this will be a really short game then. Dudulinho will give them a cheap spot and the Kazna will be annihilated here.
There we go. Isna Haiba already getting spotted. Dudulinho getting wrecked from all sides, but he's only deteriorate light here. And Isna, the first one on the chopping board, and Mr. Kala is the one. And Kazna Crew now have to go over. Haiba is the next one to get focused, and it's not looking good again. Haiba is going to go down here in return for Dudulinho, and it looks like Kazna Crew all falling to pieces as Nexus is the next one, and will go down as well. And Kazna Crew throwing it all away. The Wild Bunch waiting in the bushes here, coming out with a massive advantage. Kiki Merkel going over now. Still 2k HP up here. Mojo not looking good. Durs only having one left in the chamber, and it's a 5v3. Kazna Crew, what is happening?
Seriously, of the old worst tactics, why this? I mean, now they have 3 guys with HP, that's fine, but Wild Bunch still has 5 people in a play. Even in Clan Wars, when you do something like this push, when people are trenching up in the Wild Bunches, you always lose. Always.
Eurofish now the next one to go down probably as Agorni gets off.
Why did he even go there?
Eurofish taking a lot of damage here. Not looking good for Kazna. Alien is the next one, Mr. Kella. He wants this. He wants to take Kazna Crew down. The biggest upset so far in the season as it's all onto Durzer Nictor. And Kazna Crew flanking this one completely, pushing straight into the Wild Bunch. And the Wild Bunch is going to do it, Mojo. They're going to be picking up their first victory of the season. It's going to be against Kazna Crew, and they do it. 5-2 for the Wild Bunch, Mojo. What are you going to say about that one?
My tiki-tiker. No.
Oh, man. I just saw that push and I was like, this is not going to end well.
Wait, I'm going to pitch myself. Oh, it happened.
It did happen, my voice.
It did happen.
Is done for now.
Okay, Kazna lost. Wild Bunch won. The Wild Wild West is here.